You want to watch a kid embarrass himself on Twitch?
Always.
Oh, no. This is...
Love going back to Twitch for a little bit.
This brings back some really, really shitty, like, high school, middle school memories for a lot of guys.
Yeah, I bet.
You have that friend, and you guys hang out a lot. So you decide one day, like, well, the only reason I'm friends with this chick is because I find her really hot, and I really want to look at her tits. So now I've put in, guys have this clock in their head where they're like, okay, I've been friends with her long enough. I've served my time. I'm going to ask her out now. I'm going to make the move.
I know this situation.
How uncomfortable is the girl in this situation?
The girl is incredibly uncomfortable, but it's halfway because we're stupid. We think we're aware there's been signs that he's into us, but we think there's a way that we can like somehow telepathically let him know, like, hey, we're friends. I want to be friends. You can never be just friends with a guy.
Your problem is, women's problem is, they value the friendship genuinely that they have with the guy, and they think the guy values the friendship too.
Right. And
the
totally
friendship
don't.
is a means to an end in their mind.
And it always turns out that way, and it's always frustrating over and over again, but you'd think we'd learn.
Well, this is a guy named My Daddy Steve on Twitch, and he was streaming with his lady friend. And to me, the cringiest part is not him asking his friend out. To me, the worst part for me is the way he tries to recover from getting rejected and being put in the friend zone.
That's never good. You've got to get out of there.
He asks the girl out. She gives the response that every guy hates to hear. How do you think he tries to recover from being rejected? What does he say to her?
Oh, boy.
I want to see if anyone in the chat gets it or if April gets it. Before we play this, I want to see if any of you get the what does the guy say after he gets shot down by this chick?
I want to say that he's going to like shit on her or something or be like, you're not really my type anyways. Or something stupid that clearly doesn't make sense in that regard because you just asked her out. Or
holy shit, dude. There are too many guys that listen to this show.
I was just kidding.
There are too many guys that listen to this show and we all think exactly the same way.
You're just kidding.
We've all been in the position and we've all misjudged a situation and misread it. And Orange Boy says his response was, let's do anal.
Yeah, you don't have to be into each other for that.
Look at that. Look at all the guys. You never thought of that line, did you? As what he might say after? Like that didn't pop into your head.
I said it after the...
Right, but before they said it, that never popped into your head, did it?
No.
But all the guys, all at once. Boom. They're like, I know exactly what he said. God, that's fucking
Yeah, I was
great.
more in the lines of, I didn't... You're not my type anyways.
All right, guys. Are all the people with penises listening to this show ready to go back to 7th grade and feel like dog shit? Are all the girls ready to feel that same uncomfortable moment that they thought they had a guy friend that just wanted to be friends and it turned out not to be the case? This video is just simply titled Oof.
Okay. That's a good start.
Here we go.
I just had like a crush on you and I was wondering if you wanted to go out with me.
Oh.
I have a boyfriend. And we're like friends.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Her face said it all.
I've
been there
she
a
was
handful of times.
Her face,
And-
this is the face a woman gets in that situation. She's like, they're in their head running computations like millions per millisecond of like, is there any way that scientists have found that I can rewind time and make this not happen?
Please.
Yeah, like they're
like-
thinking, they're like, for a second, they're like, is there a shot that maybe I can unsend this text?
Well, because now text is easy. When you're in person like this, it's like, well, now I'm stuck in a room and let alone like they're streaming. They're on camera right now. So I'm stuck here with this guy. I can't get out of here fast enough.
Girls, no offense, but if you have no other inclination than friendship with a man, stop hanging out with him. Because if you keep hanging out with him and enjoying his company and enjoying his time, he's going to try to fuck you.
But even
At
you've
some
said
point.
before, you can't even have just the friend thing with a guy. You can't do it.
Like,
And if I rewind to every single guy that I've ever thought I was just friends with, it's proven to be true that I was never friends with them.
they all tried to fuck you. Right. So with this girl, and like at this age, like in junior high and high school, you have those girls, you're like, my boyfriend always gets jealous when I hang out with guy friends. Right. Because your boyfriend's
he
not
knows.
wrong to be jealous. It's not that he doesn't trust you. It's that he knows that guy's trying to fuck his chick.
Right. It's not always about you.
Right. So high school, middle school girls like, my boyfriend gets so jealous that I hang out with you. First of all, you dummy, it's not some fucking game that makes you feel really cute. He knows this because he's a man and he knows other men, and that guy's trying to finger you. And you're like, no, he's sweet. He's sweet because he's trying to put his fingers in your vagina. And then he's going to think it's a lot higher up than it is because he's in middle school.
He's going to miss.
He's going to miss, and he's not going to know where. And he's going to think that just being between the lips means he's in. And then he's going to push, and it's going to hurt. And then you're going to have to kind of let him know, fucking the hole's a little lower. And the guy's going to go, oh, my God, it's near the butthole? That's fucking weird. I didn't have that on my bingo card. I thought we, lined up, front to front.
God, you're a mess. What the fuck?
Go to the chat right now. Tell me I'm the only guy who thought that when I was in middle school.
I'm quite sure you're not.
It was all of us.
Why are we fingering people in middle school?
That's when you start fingering. Right?
That's disgusting, I'll be honest.
Did I finger in middle school?
That's
No,
really gross.
I fingered when I was a freshman. Sorry, I wasn't in middle school. I apologize.
Middle school's a bit young.
I was fingering a middle school student. I'm just kidding. It's not fingering a middle school student.
You don't look good right here.
That wasn't until I was in college.
I'm going to let you sit in that one.
Go ahead. Fuck it. I'm not. I know I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the rest of the world
But do
does.
they know?
I don't know. All right, let's watch again because we got to watch the second half of this, which was him recovering from his embarrassment.
I just had a crush on you, and I was wondering if you wanted to go out with me.
Ew, God, even how he asks.
I have a boyfriend. And we're friends.
I'm just kidding, man.
Oh, no.
You just said that you had a crush on her, and you clearly shut down and said, "Well, you go out with me." That's every guy ever. You definitely meant that.
I was just kidding. I was joking. And she's going to laugh, too, even though she knows he wasn't joking. But she's like, I just want to be out of this discomfort.
She goes home after this. She's like, I can't do this ever again with him.
I cannot hang out with this guy.
I'm not talking to him.
Right.
I can't do this.
Girls, you got to stop giving goofs like this energy, too, because it gives them false hope. You're pieces of shit.
I had to have this conversation with one of my guy friends growing up from Litchfield, too, because I sincerely thought they were a friend. I would have never been interested, ever, not even for a second. And I feel like you give off those vibes. Like, if you ever pick up on a guy that you can tell is kind of starting to hint at, sexual tension, and you're like, you totally try to deflect out of it, that should be clear enough. But we think so, and they don't. This one guy tried to kiss me the one time, and I'm like, no, dude, no. I don't know. That's not a thing we're doing. Yeah. So I had that conversation the first time. Second time we get done hanging out with a bunch of friends. He's dropping me off at my house afterwards. Pulled over in the Lake Ripley parking lot, tried to do it again.
And you're like, all right, I'll just blow you, but as your friend.
No, not even a chance. But it's like guys don't get the message. Sometimes I don't understand what that is.
We have a goal to reach, you know?
Right, but if the same girl, what do you think? Like, you give it a few weeks and she's going to feel differently because she's thinking about that first kiss?
You were friends with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
That's very weird.
How'd you know?
I don't know.
And we're friends.
I'm just kidding, man.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ew. Oh, I'm uncomfortable for him. Oh, he went for the 5. And
that is so uncomfortable. You know why, though? Because now she knows that he's into her and she wants nothing to do with touching him. She's not going to hug him.
She's
goodbye.
shut down.
Nothing.
You know who this guy reminds me of?
You?
No. Motherfucker. Actually, there are moments with girls in middle school and high school that you do occasionally as an adult. They just pop back into your memory and you go, oh, that was so bad.
So cringe.
Oh, I was such a douche.
I think it's stuff like that too, because every girl's got that one guy they're really into and they want to date him so bad that they won't give you the time of day. But you'll go out to extra lengths to try to get his attention. It really is embarrassing.
This guy reminds me of David Brent from the Ricky Gervais character from The Office. He's giving me major David Brent vibes.
I almost feel like that's insulting to that character, though.
No, he's giving me major David Brent vibes.
Okay.
He's going to end this with, I think there's been a rape up there.
And we're friends.
Opie and Anthony used to call these moments douche chills.
I like her response though. Like, not only the boyfriend thing, but
just
we were friends, man. Why'd you have to ruin it?
Just kidding, man. Oh my god, that was a joke. I was just kidding.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, she's so she knows it's not a joke.
She's gonna make an excuse like, I've got to go to the bathroom, or oh, my boyfriend's calling me, and she is out of there.
She shouldn't be hanging out with something like this.
No,
anyway.
she's hot as hell. I don't know. Yeah, what are you doing here?
And
She like secretly thought that was her gay best friend.
Yeah, this doesn't belong hanging out with girls. That's got to change before.
That is like a basement troll that never sees the outside.
You know how Subhuman Polak always says, like, oh, it's the simps that make the girls confident. It's the other way around. These girls hang out with guys way below their station because they think they're friends, and it gives these dipshits false hope. This whole thing needs to change before this hangs out with it.
Yep, I agree.
All right, I want to go back to the joke and the high five. I could watch this all day.
I know, it's so uncomfortable, but you can't get enough.
I could watch this all day as long as it's not happening to me.
Right, we're done with this now.
And we're like friends.
I was just kidding, man. Oh my god, that was a joke. I was just kidding.
Oh, that was a good one.
He's here hating his life. He's sitting there pondering every mistake he's ever made.
I love the five. I think that's my favorite part of this now is the five after the I was just joking. The hey, it did nothing. He slaps air.
Oh my god, that was a joke. I was just kidding.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, by the way, that...
Hold on.
Oh.
Oh no, that is so the mood in the room just completely shut down.
It gets so much more heavy, and he's taking the awkward like drink because he doesn't know what else to do. His throat's dry, he's anxious, he's panicking.
Knees weak, arms are sweaty.
He's gonna puke in a second.
There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Dude, this is bad. Whoever caught this is wonderful.
All right, one time all the way through without interruptions.
Yes, please.
Let's watch this piece of art for what it is. And by the way, when I go back to the chat, I want douche chilly dating stories.
Absolutely.
From the audience. I want douche chilly moments like this.
I just had like a crush on you, and I was wondering if you wanted to go out with me.
I have a boyfriend. And we're like friends.
I was just kidding, man. Oh my god, that was a joke. I was just kidding.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh no.
That is brutal.
That gets hard to watch.
That is
all the way.
brutal.
That's hard to watch all
the way through. It was almost too much. It reminded me of so many situations I've been in myself, and that is so uncomfortable.
Yikes.
You've got to get out of there.
If
you're that girl, you've got to bail. You say, oh, my mom's calling me or my boyfriend's calling me. You bail immediately.
Mr. Approachable says, I couldn't tell if that was a laugh or a cry when he said he was kidding.
Beta male.
Fire Ginger says, which guy? I bet I know him. Docs.
Oh,
Doc.
me?
No, don't.
I can't do that.
But he bought you a sandwich, Lab Glass
No,
says.
this one didn't buy me a sandwich. The other one bought me a lot of sandwiches.
Riz Digga says, definitely young Aaron right there. Don't say that. Okay, I have one.
Yeah. I've only been on the other side of it, so go ahead.
I had a buddy, and like there was this girl that talked to me a lot in my
you asshole.
in my 9th grade class. I was a funny guy. You know, what are you gonna do? And
see where this is going.
she had a crush on a buddy of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't really like her very much. So he thought it would be funny to use her feelings for him and tell her to tell me that she wanted to go out with me. And then she said, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. That's awesome. And then, like, it started getting around school, and I guess she got embarrassed. So she had to tell me and everyone else that it was just a prank.
Do you know?
And she did it so that my friend would like her more.
I have a little bit of a similar story. That one's
It's so
painful,
bad.
but
I think 8th or 9th grade. That one was.
there was a guy that I think I was sincerely like one-sidedly in love with from like 3rd grade till into high school. I really, really wanted to go out with him bad. And on occasion, he would take me out to a movie or something, and it never like, I think I got to make out with him once.
He just wanted to take you to a movie and make out
and I feel like he was just kind of teasing me, like whenever he wouldn't get attention from whoever else he wanted it from, because he knew I liked him.
Okay.
And girls, when I'd go to hockey games, they made posters one time. These girls did. These mean girls said something about me and that guy on a poster because he was on the hockey team. And I happened to see it one time. And then after that, there was like jokey rumors going around high school that him and I were dating.
Oh, so you were like a joke to them? Like him
right,
dating
because
you was a joke?
they were the cool girl group, and I was like I was in the group that was kind of in every single group, like friends with everybody, quote unquote. I wasn't one of the cool girls. I wasn't hot enough. I was that middle of the road farm girl who was just too nerdy. I was like one of the nerdy sport kids.
And they fucked with
and
you.
it hurt me so bad because, get this, he actually asked me to prom senior year. He asked me to prom, and this other chick came in from Germany on like an exchange program. Like we had exchange students come in from different countries like halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And instead of going to prom with me, he last second decided he wanted to go with this other chick from Germany and not me.
Nice.
And I knew it was over.
Electric Shoes says she's frantically planning her exit strategy in her mind. I know, and now you're just like, oh, how can I get out of here without making it weird?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You do the whole phone call thing, like, oh, somebody's calling me.
Let's continue on here. MN Viking says, I dated 3 girls from middle school to freshman year. They were never friends, and those 3 girls ended up being best friends in high school. They reunited after dating me. Oh, so you were like the common denominator.
He was the good luck Chuck type guy.
There you go. Somebody says, pretty sure that kid is with that bigger YouTuber, Jeff Wittick. Oh, the one who got his face caved in? Okay.
Really?
I gave a wristwatch to a girl once. At 42, I found out a clock is on the stove.
Here, honey, here's this watch I think you'll really like. I have a phone.
Hooters Girl 88 says she's trying to think of how she's getting out of there when she says good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's tapped out.
Absolutely.
Grinch Girl says, I was at a fair with a guy, ran into a friend of his. They asked him if I was his girlfriend, and he looked at me and told the person, I think so. I told them no. It was awkward. Ooh.
I
Nothing
feel like
worse when you're not on the same page of what you are.
I feel like every girl's been in that position at some point. When the guy that thinks he's got the in because he's your guy friend, like he'll use that as like, oh no, she's my girlfriend.
There's nothing worse as a guy than when you find out the woman is ashamed socially to be seen with you. It's a terrible feeling.
Well, because then rumors get started about the two of you. Like that happened to me once too with my guy friend. Emphasis on friends. They're like, oh, you two are like the perfect couple. And you didn't want
to be linked to him.
It was put in the yearbook.
Wait. You thought you were better than him, so you didn't want to be associated.
No, I just didn't want to date him.
You socially thought you were higher up on the ladder, and it would stain you if you were seen as with him.
I didn't have a ladder to go up. So, no, I got, you know how in yearbooks they put in like, oh, best hair, most likely to succeed, siblings, and all that shit. I got put in a yearbook with him as should be dating.
Nice. Coltrane says, I wanted to date this girl years ago, and we were friends, sorta, and she said, no, we are friends. It was awkward for about 2 minutes until her cuter friend said she wanted to instead. And I dated her for 2 years. Wow, so you're an unethical piece of shit. I like it.
That's funny.
Andy Lee, yes, this is totally true. Andy Lee says in 20 years, he'll be laying in bed with his wife and will replay this moment in his head over and over.
Oh, the misery.
This sticks with him for the rest of his life.
Trauma.
This moment.
Well, and he did it live in front of people.
Oh, and he did it on Twitch. It's on YouTube now forever.
Ouch.
Fuck that guy.
You're in some cringe Reddit thing.
Informal Warfare says, in 7th grade, I had a crush on a girl, so I wrote a song for... Oh, no, he thinks that he still knows the words to the song. I wrote a song for her and gave it to her at school. She looked at it with this horrified expression and walked away. She avoided me until graduation. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have written a song for her called Butt Stuff. It's a little jarring in 7th grade.
Oh, that's funny. I had a guy who used to leave notes on my locker. He would tape huge posters to my locker when I wasn't there.
I once asked our S girl in elementary, and she just said, I think he means asked out a girl in elementary.
Yeah.
And she just says, why? What you mean? Why you dumb, bitch? Because I want to smash. Okay, that's not really an embarrassing story. That's just you trying to fuck a girl. Lemmy says, I heard she broke someone's heart in the parking lot of the church also. Your church stalker story?
I never had physical contact with that person.
Luzier says, April's yearbook thing, most likely to suck or fuck for a sandwich.
I did frequent the subway.
Johnny Chimpo says, I asked a girl out in middle school. She said yes. 2 hours later, she called me and said she changed her mind. That was a roller coaster of emotions at 13.
That
oh,
is
God.
sad.
I have a cringe one that I did to somebody.
Uh-oh.
There was a girl, and she was actually very cute now that I think about it, but socially it wasn't cool. So I agreed to be...
She was like a weird girl?
Yeah, like she pursued me, and like I agreed to be with her. And this was a cool thing. I was like, I have a girlfriend. It would have been my first girlfriend. To find out what terrible, fucked up friends I have, we all met at my friend's house after school, and like one of the talks of the school was that this girl and I were together. And I was like, I was seen as like a funny guy, but like a chubby, funny guy, whatever. It was kind of cool. And
I've seen pictures of you back then. I can just see this.
My friends started to go, oh, her, dude, no, you can't go out with her. That's not
kosher.
That's
man.
not, no, you can't. And she wasn't ugly. Like she was a skinny, like probably a little taller than average, like cute. She was cute. All right. She didn't have any fucking tits, but she was cute, and it was middle school. I had one good friend who was like, dude, if you want to go out with her, go out with her. You know who that really good, decent, nice friend was?
Peach.
It was Peach.
Yeah, I could call that a mile away.
And he's just like, dude, if you like her and you want to go out there, you should go out with her. You should like her. And my other friend's like, oh, dude, you're going to get made fun of so hard. She's so fucking weird. I'm like, oh.
I can picture the ones that told you that, too.
Yeah. So I called her, and I told her that at the time we were all drinking. And that I didn't
Oh
really
my
wanna
God,
go out.
Aaron.
Ooh.
That is mean.
That's really mean. That's not very nice. Okay, you know what? I left a part out.
Okay, do tell.
It's too cringe. So we had all watched Dennis Leary's No Cure for Cancer special.
Okay.
And he has a joke in there about taking NyQuil and Sudafed. So we also told her that I was taking NyQuil and Sudafed. We ripped off.
You were such a douche.
We ripped off Dennis Leary's gimmick, which he probably ripped off from Bill Hicks. So it was like a double steal. And
but
so
you felt cool.
I broke it off with her, and sometimes saying no makes you more in demand. I think it just made me a giant asshole.
I only had like one boyfriend in middle school, and our version of going out was like sitting by each other at the lunch table, and that was like scandalous, and writing letters.
Yeah, it's not funny.
And I just stopped answering his letters.
Not a funny story. Bob says, I sang John Deere Green to my crush over the phone, only to find out she recorded it and played it for the class the next day. 5th grade, I'll never forgive her. And you know what sucks about that? When you're a kid, you all like country music, but it's not cool to admit it. So now you're singing a country song to a girl in 5th grade, and she's playing it for the whole school. Oh, fuck. That is not good.
That needs therapy, I think.
You think about, hey, Bob, you think about that one at least a couple times a year, don't you?
He can't hear the song now.
Oh, no. He's done with that fucking song.
That's a damn good song, too, and she ruined it.
Poor guy. TDR Shit Show says, I once had a huge crush on a girl in high school, and the one that was supposed to go to prom with her ditched her. I swooped in, asked her to the prom. She said yes at the prom, then ditched me. Oh, probably because that guy would give her attention at proms. Oh, that fucking whore.
That's too bad.
Uncle Podcast says, I'm in the start of this, and now I had to go watch what the Fighter and the Kid says about this show. Oh, the Fighter and the Kid subreddit? Yeah, don't. They were very mean to us.
Yeah, not very nice at all.
I love those guys. They're great, but don't put clips of this show up on pages that are only dedicated to hating everything. It's like trying to reason with a Frankenstein monster. Please. Quit Begging says, my mother forced me into dating one of her friend's daughters. What are you, a fucking Muslim? I was at her house for the first time. Turns out she was stalking me. Pictures and news clippings, etc. She was stalking me.
Oh my God.
News clippings? Were you a fucking rapist in your fucking small town?
That's disgusting.
The weird chicks always put out when I was in high school, says Declan. I know, I probably missed out on pussy. You know what it was? My friends probably didn't want me having a girl if they didn't have one.
Yes, that's how middle school works.
Motherfucker!
High school, you don't care quite as much.
I could have been munching box at 13.
And you know why high school doesn't matter as much? Because you're off to college soon and you can get all the dick you want.
All right, easy fucking Seattle slew. Sandy Squatch says, in 7th grade, I had a boy acting like he liked me. He put on my rabbit fur coat and asked me to be his girlfriend. At the end of the day, he and his friends were all laughing at me. I was the joke of the day.
Oh, Sandy. I want to give her a hug.
No,
that hurts.
God, we are fucking horrible people at that age. We are little sociopaths. We should all be beaten.
That is so mean.
I'm against child abuse unless they're 13 and over and do really mean shit to kids at school. Then you should be flogged.
God, I thought posters at a hockey game were hurtful enough.
Oh, just pranks of like making someone think they're beautiful and then telling them they're ugly. Oh,
you want to hear another example of like a try-hard guy move like him?
Because it's not. They haven't been funny so far. Okay. I just want to go to the other ones real quick. They've been very good. Skeezy says, I asked a girl out by the locker in high school. We stood there awkwardly for a few seconds, then walked away without a word. Now she's my wife. Oh, it's nice to hear those things.
Nice it came back around.
All right, what's yours? Come on, it better be better than
just an
some
example
kids
of
wrote
a try-hard guy is
mean.
when like he's off somewhere like really cool, like Washington D.C., and they send you a picture of something, and they're like, the only thing to make this more beautiful would be if you were here with me.
April, that's not like a cringe douchey story. That's just two guys at once wanted me.
What?
You're saying the two guys both wanted you?
No, I was only talking about one guy.
Oh, I thought you said two guys sent a picture and
No, I said a try-hard moment is when you send a picture of something, you're like, you're the only thing to make it more beautiful.
5-0 in the 320 says, well, no, these are about like pranks and like mean shit that happened to people, not like people who thought you were hot.
Well, the guy in the
and
video was
you.
try-hard.
Yeah, but it was a humiliating thing that happened to him.
I got it.
It wasn't that he was try-hard, it's that he humiliated himself. This is about humiliation. You're just talking about how hot a guy thought you were.
No, I was talking about a cringy thing a guy did.
5-0 in the 320 says, I asked two girls out in the same day. They both said yes. They found out and were mad at each other and not me. Dude, that's fucking terrible. Like that too. You're kind of telling a story of just how hot you are, but it's also great when women like turn on each other instead of the dude.
Do you just pick the hottest one and stick with it?
No, they were done with him, I'm sure. Grinch Girl says, my best friend found out I was secretly sleeping with her crush. She stole my diary out of my locker, made copies, and handed them out at school the next day. Oh, yeah, I think I saw that episode of Saved by the Bell.
I saw a movie about it called Mean Girls.
Oh, yeah, it was Mean Girls. That was the burn book that they stole. Coltrane says, I think back at shit I did or what other kids did and think, fuck, we were some dumbass. Oh, no, I get worse than that. I cringe out hard at some of the stuff we did. Curly Adams says, okay, everyone is telling the stories of the bad things that happened to them, but let's hear all the awful things they've done to others at that age. See, that's the story I wanted to tell, is the awful, evil, shitty thing. I've told you the story about how we took the girl who had eczema, like the skin condition where you get red rashes all over your body, and all the guys like voted for her for Ice Age Queen. I told you that story?
I don't think so. You might as well tell it.
We all decided. It just happened in one class. Like we all got to vote, and then me and Hags was part of this.
Not a surprise.
Some other people were a part of this, and we started writing down her name, the girl with eczema, and she was fat, and she said she was Wiccan, and she was a witch, and stuff like that. No. Yeah. So we started writing down her name, and then somehow it got around to all the guys, like, hey, make sure you vote for her, and we all did. And then the girls we were friends with, who were like the cute girls who would have all been nominated. Yeah. Like one of them didn't. Like it was kind of a plastics kind of a deal.
It was like voting for Janice Ian.
So then they talked about how mean and shitty all of it. Like, you guys are so mean and that's so terrible. I'm like, fuck you. You just didn't get nominated and she took your spot. You fucking whore. Like I even had that streak in me even in high school when, guys wanted to kowtow because a girl might be mad at them, I was still like, let me see how upset I can make her.
So your misogyny started.
My misogyny started really early on, where I was like, no, you know what? I'm tired of these hot bitches thinking who the fuck they are. I'm going to see if I can bring them down a peg or two on this one.
Where did that come from, Aaron?
I don't know. But I was really big on leaning in. And while the other guys were like, guys, we can't vote for Kate Murphy. The girls are mad at us. It's like, they're not going to suck your dick. I'm voting for Kate Murphy. Dude, she got to go out on the football field and wear a nice Ice Age dress and have a sash on because she was one of the nominees, and she got to do her wave. My whole thing is it really that evil what we did? She got to wear a nice dress. Her fucking rashy ass got to feel pretty.
Rashy ass.
Yes, she got to feel pretty for a moment. She didn't fucking belong there. I put her there.
I'll tell you why it's evil, because
It's
if
not-
it got back around her that it was all a joke, that just ruined her whole high school
You
experience.
still got to be there. How about this?
But that's
have
all
some
over.
have some gratitude. All right? I reached down from up here and reached down to your prickly ass and pulled you up, and you got to feel pretty for a little bit. How about thank
Look,
you?
I know-
Thank you, Mr. Imholt.
I know you're all high and mighty and shit, but you ruined her high school experience if she found out.
Well, then cast a spell on me, witch. She didn't. 'Cause
That's
she's
really mean.
what?
That's one of the meanest things I've heard that you've done.
What? How?
Because that's really devastating to somebody's confidence if they find out that they're only there as a joke.
But you're there.
That don't matter if you know it's a joke. God, if I was getting married to you and I get to be all really pretty and I feel good and secure with my future, and I get up there and I find out that it's a joke and you're not really marrying me, that's devastating.
I didn't marry the twat. I got her nominated for Ice Age royalty.
Well, at least I got to look pretty, though.
Yes! Dude, she was covered in rashes all the time. She was hideous.
I'm sure that wasn't all her fault.
It's like I got to make a hippopotamus part of the ballet, and the hippo's like, it was just as a joke. Were you going to be in the ballet any other way, motherfucker? No, I got you there. How about a little gratitude?
You are coming off a bit full of yourself.
She got to feel pretty for a day, and it's because of me and a couple of my friends that spearheaded the whole thing. And by the way, I'm one of the few guys who stuck with it and voted for her as queen. Because I don't
Look,
give a
if you-
shit what Kenzie and
Hold
Coley
on.
thought. Shut up, bitches. You'll win everything else the rest of your life. Go ahead.
If you had just done it, like, sincerely for her to feel pretty for a day, that's one thing.
No,
You
but
did
that-
not do it for that reason.
Right, but that ended up
and
happening.
if she heard about that, I'm telling you right now, she still thinks about how much that hurt.
We did cast a spell. We didn't drop the atomic bomb to scare the Russians, but it happened. And that was a net good.
I'm sorry to whoever you were, Miss Miss Ice Age Queen.
You know what I think is mean? Here's what I think is mean. You can call me the bad guy all you want. You know what's mean? Not following through and having the balls to put her forward as to win. I voted for her to win. She was my queen.
Not because you thought it'd be a kind thing to do.
She would have been queen. Who
It
gives a
certainly
shit?
wasn't out of the kindness of your heart.
I looked her right in the eye
Your
and said,
black heart.
the girls that we were friends with said, Aaron, you have to vote for Coley or somebody else or whatever. And I go, I don't want it. And then I looked over at the Wiccan girl and I go, she's my queen.
Wow. I mean, those cool girls that were your friends, they had a little bit of a point.
No,
For
they
as
didn't.
bitchy as they were, they tried telling you can't vote for her because they knew it was a
They
joke.
were selfish bitches who were just mad that they
There's
missed
a
a
little
spot
bit of
'cause Kate
that-
Murphy got it. Oops. That's not her name.